Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Olympia Soiree, and we are getting toward the ending of Riku's round. I don't know, we probably have at least 2 parts, I would think. But yeah, we were kind of cock-blocking everybody. I cock-block myself too, don't worry about it, it's not just you. We were kind of in the middle of this scene where Riku brought us to Akaza and Kuroba and was like, Sakyo's the one who did it! Tried to abduct me because he's, trying to find a cure for Haku. So, sure, he's trying to find a cure for Haku, so that makes sense. Good job, guy. But then he wants to kidnap me, and he's having people murdered, so that he gets souls. Because, people whose souls are extracted forcefully, i.e. executed, they're just, way better, yo, for his experiments. And that is some fucked up shit. Also probably was going to use me as part of his experiments. It was probably twofold. I wouldn't be involved with Riku because, and also then he gets to use me for his experiments. So, all around great guy. I'm kidding. Obviously, he's not a great guy. You knew that was sarcasm. Anyway, so that's where we were, and now we were just flashing back about Riku talking about Sakyo. So there you go. You're all caught up. Perhaps that is why he has a strong attachment to the blue. He has been kind to me since my childhood. Riku already suspected this last night. No one should ever have to shed tears like Kaina. I will bring change to this island. He must have been trying to strengthen his resolve. Riku... I owe that man a lot. I've known he's always wanted to revive parts of the body lost to Haku. I was seriously praying that he'd find a cure or some kind of treatment for it one day. No, I bet all the other doctors were too. It's common knowledge in the field that the purer the show, the better. To put it bluntly, show from executions are in relatively short supply. He's the one who said we could use them for research, but can't authorize it as treatment. Short supply. I still respect him to a certain degree, so I sort of understand how you feel. It's kind of interesting. I mean, there's a part of you and he's like, I kind of still respect him a little. Kuroba, what the fuck? But you're like, but no, I mean, I get it. You had respect for someone and you were like, wow, he's got all these ideas and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you find out that they're doing kind of shady stuff and you're like, and you're not yeah, awesome, but you're like, I can kind of respect your intelligence and your drive and your desire to find a cure, and I can respect the things that you've taught me and whatever, but man, that's gonna slowly start to crumble with you doing shady shit, you know what I mean? Plus, it's hard to grasp. You know what I mean? It's hard to wrap your head around someone that you admired, that you looked up to, that maybe you were like, wow, really respect this person. They're awesome. And they turn out to be just the worst. Sometimes your respect can just fall apart and you're like, nah, fuck this shit. And other times you're like, I need to process this and it's hard, So I can kind of understand where he's torn. You want for him to be oh, no, all respect gone. Because that seems more righteous, but at the same time, in reality, you probably wouldn't just drop all your respect for that person. You know what I mean? You'd be like, yeah, I mean, they're doing shady shit, and I don't agree with it, and the guy has to go to jail, or whatever. But, man, I wish he just hadn't gone so crooked, Because, they were a respectable person at one point, so. Riku gave a weak smile. It hurt to see him so full of conflicting emotions, and that's exactly it. Human emotions are complex, so I approve of this game showing the complexity and not being justice is better and we shall condemn him. It's more fuck, I don't want to believe this. He's awful, but I still respect it. But I know I should. And it's real emotions are complicated and they don't make sense. So Akaza, my friend. Kuroba of the Black. Riku straightened up, then bowed deeply to them both. It was a pitiful display I showed back then. So I understand if you do not wish to help, but please, I beg of you to lend me your hand. I've already relinquished my color and ribbon. I'm also on suspension. I have nothing now. Hey, that's not true. You have me, goddammit. I'm sure it's your duty to apprehend the culprit behind her abduction. But I wish to apprehend this person myself as a man. Don't be ridiculous. I can't do his accent right now. What the fuck? Anyway. It's hard sometimes switching and then going back to the accent. And I think it's also my brain being like, Akaza doesn't quite fit the accent, but like, we're invested and someone had to have it. And like, Riku fits the Hijikata Van Helsing voice. So somebody had to get the accent, Akaza. And that's just you now. Okay? It's just you! So, don't be ridiculous. A little bit better. Anyway, do you really think that would shake my trust in you? I discovered that the military had plans to arrest Yogi, just as they planned to arrest Satsuki. But their conflicting accounts of the story gave little grounds for arrest. I took him into custody under the pretext of obtaining more evidence. Thank goodness. So he's safe now? Of course. He's like, what the fuck do you take me for? Of course he's fine. I see. That's good to hear. I mean, seriously, like, when I just read that, you could picture it coming out of Riku or Akaza. He actually 100% would fit the voice, but you can't have two characters with the same voice, so... Poor Akaza, you really get the short end of the stick through this whole game. Look, I like the terrible accent, okay? I really do. It's fun. But it's not the easiest to do, because, like, you know... Thank London Detective Mysteria, because it was the first time we... Well, okay, that one wasn't like an Irish accent, but at least they wrote Jack with an accent, so it was easier to read an accent with what he was saying, and then it just was like, we should just do this all the time. I'm pretty sure that's the first time the bad accent came out. It's just devolved into whatever the fuck it is now, so... Anyway. I see, that's good to hear. I think we read that. Riku's eyes narrowed in relief. Look at him beaming over there. God. He was finally able to say that now. Like, he's literally beaming, though, because he's got his eyes closed. Like, ah! So... But, like... Akaza's over here smiling like a motherfucker, too. It's weird. Two robot-y people. He was finally able to say that now. I keep reading the same lines over and over. Riku, on the day of our reconciliation, I'd be happy to celebrate with drinks. But first, we'll need to go after our target. As you're aware, there's no escape from this island. I'm certain he's aware of it, too. I don't know him very well, so there's no telling what he may do if he's cornered. You're right. We should go after him right away. Tell-you! Yeah, see, we wouldn't have been able to finish on it. It would have been like 20 minutes over. So, do we drag him out or wait for him to show? I'd prefer to avoid a struggle, considering the number of sick and injured present. How about I go in and check on him? I could take a look at his schedule, too. Wait, over there! He's coming! Let's go. We took a look around before approaching him. Lord Sakio, we need to speak with you. Riku brought out the color ribbon he took as ransom. The color ribbon he took from Akuta. Yeah, that's the face of a man who looks like he just got caught. Please come with us. I agreed that we should try to avoid a struggle. To curious onlookers, we might have only been having a conversation amongst ourselves. Then, can you take me to the beach? Huh? I do not wish to cause a commotion here, in the interest of my patient's health. What voice did he always have? I don't know, he had some kind of growly voice, right? That was good enough. Look, too many side characters, can't quite get all their voices down. Why don't we talk someplace quiet and secluded? Nothing and no one can escape this island. My fate's already been sealed, has it not? Oh, you want to go to the beach because you got like some kind of fucking doomsday device there? Or you're gonna like jump in the ocean and swim out to the whirlpools? Like, I don't know. Allow me one last look at the beautiful ocean. We were all puzzled by his response. Don't trust him. He was much calmer than we expected. He spoke as if suggesting a relaxing stroll. It was a surprising reaction to our sudden confrontation. I just feel like this is so shady. Don't do it, but we're going to do it, and something bad's going to happen. In light of your past contributions to the advancement of medicine, we trust we don't need to resort to handcuffs. Please show us that our good faith is justified. Why, of course. Ah, the weather is wonderful today. His relaxed nature was no different at the beach. In contrast, our party's gloomy expression made it seem like we were the ones in the wrong. I often used to swim out here as a child. Of course, I've not done so since my body became hideous. He stood near the shore and looked up at the bright sky. Riku walked closely beside him as everyone else kept a distance to give them space. Lord Sakio, did you order the arrest of those branded Hazushi? I did not order anything. I merely stated that acquiring more show from executions would help accelerate the discovery of a cure for Haku. You incited unrest. Riku, everyone on this island is afraid of Haku. The military is comprised of those in primary and secondary tiers. Along with pride, they're capable of feeling fear. But like, I mean, there was something that kind of popped into my head, like, as he was talking about, like, they're in the primary and secondary tiers, and they were afraid. And it was like, and then it just was like, came in and ran away. Now I forgot what it was, so like, forget I said anything, I guess, because I forgot what it was. It's just that feeling, you're like, there is something about the fact, like, Haku is, like, I don't know, it was just some kind of, like, it wasn't like a realization, but it was like, a theory starts forming, where you're like, wait a minute. Primary and then like you're like, I don't know what the hell I was doing. It's kind of like when you walk into a room all determined and you're like, what the fuck was I doing? Because you walk through a doorway and doorways are just designed to make you forget shit. It's like some kind of weird fucking brain vortex that just everything gets sucked out. Seriously, it's a phenomenon. It exists. But like that's what it is. Anyway. Because I was like, never mind, I forgot what I was gonna say. The medicine we have cures Haku only half of the time, which is highly ineffective. A new medicine was developed some time ago, but most refuse to risk its side effects. And even if they do survive the ordeal, they're still scarred from the mutilation. Just like me. He traced his eye with his finger. I was never in this only for myself, It is a painful and excruciating thing to live life in a hideous form. In a sense, it may even be worse than death. Riku, neither you nor the others here have shown any symptoms of Haku, have you? You've never seen your own body rot and fall apart, have you? The image of that drawing came to mind. I couldn't even imagine what it felt like to watch your limbs lose their color and rot away. I mean, how are we going to lose our color? We're like white as a fucking sheet, so... You say that, but sheets aren't all white. But I mean, I guess that comes from a time when, like, sheets were basically white. You know what I mean? It was like before we started dyeing colors, but like color dyeing existed like fucking 8 eons ago, right? Like that's an old process, but I guess there was a point where it was like, well, sheets are basically white because cotton is white, so we just, you know what I mean? I don't know. I have no idea. Whatever. It's just one of those things. White as a sheet. Where does that come from? My sheets are purple. But anyway. Think about it. Can you imagine how painful it is to live a life like that? So I ask you, is it a crime to try and save others from that fate? It is when you're killing innocent people, you fuck. Right, did we have to answer his question? No one could say anything in response. Like, look, I mean, I get where he's coming from. You know what I mean? Like, people are dying. We need to come up with a cure. Yes, but killing other people for your cure isn't, like, it would be really great if we murdered some people in order... Like, that's not the right way to go about it. Like, you're absolutely justified in everything you're saying. It's horrible to see this and we need a cure and you don't understand what it's like. No, he's right. So we need to kill people to get it. I'm gonna need you to back up. You're to a point, and that's where, like, everyone's like, totally can respect him because he's passionate about this. He's right. But then all of a sudden he, like, veers fucking off into the left of wrong-ass territory, and you're like, what? kill people? Like, you're gonna have to find some other way to do this. Like, you know? I'm just, you know. Maybe people who were like, I'm on my deathbed, I'm terminally ill, can we euthanasia? Can we just, and then you're technically sucking their life force out, instead of people who are like, you know what, why don't we just say these two are fucking and then we just murder them? You're murdering people. Like, and it's kind of fucked up because it's the people in the upper tiers who are like, well, we'll just like murder the people in the lower tiers. It'll be fine. We'll just pretend that they're doing something wrong and we'll kill them and it's awesome. Like, that's even more fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, no one could say anything in response. But you all came to see me and brought me here because you felt I committed a crime. You did. He slowly reached into his robe. Oh, okay, well. You've all come to judge me with your young, beautiful, arrogant sense of justice. Where'd he get a gun? Lord Sakio. No one will judge me. I shall judge myself. Please stop. What are you doing? I've no regrets and I'll not pay for my actions. I did this all of my own volition. I mean, you probably wouldn't have gotten caught if it weren't for these mangy kids and their pasty white chick. Meddling kids, but mangy came first in my mind before meddling, but anyway, you know. But also, I mean, you probably legit wouldn't have gotten caught necessarily, or it would have taken a lot longer if you hadn't tried to kidnap me. That's the problem. That's where you fucked up. Everyone else would have been like, the executions just are, there's a lot of them happening. And then, like, Sakia would have been like, yeah, I mean, I mentioned that the show from Executions is stronger. And, like, I guess, oh gosh, did I incite people? Golly gee, did I incite people who possibly then took it out of context and then went and faked shit? Oh dear. Oh golly gee, I feel so guilty. You know what I mean? He knew exactly what he was fucking doing, but he could easily feigned ignorance and been like, I mean, I know I said that. I was talking to people and it was like, you know, because it'd be like you're lecturing, you know, you're like, oh, blah, 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 and 2 + 2 is 4, and then people are like, let's murder all the twos! I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just telling people this is it and this is the facts, and people then go, well, if we fake some, or we just believe every rumor and just start killing people, which is what they've been doing all along anyway, so it's not like, it's just more frequently now. It's not like they used to go to trial and now they don't. It's basically always sounds like, yeah, so the Kotowari is always like, yo, you need evidence, and you already killed them? What the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? It always seemed like it was a very difficult thing, you know? It was a touchy subject. Now there's more. But again, he could have totally feigned ignorance and been like, I feel so devastated knowing that they were doing this because they were, oh no, it's all my fault. I feel so, and everyone would have been like, yeah, I mean, we can't blame you because what you said, and then people took it out of context and then just like acted on it in the wrong way. Like, gosh darn, because he didn't tell people, hey, go out there and fake some freaking, like, some shit so that I get some executions, right? Like, he didn't tell anyone that. He told people exactly what he knew would incite them to go out and find more people to execute without directly doing it. So, I mean, yeah, that's shady as fuck, but he'd get away with it, right? But then he tried to kidnap us and he fucked his shit up. So I'm just saying, Sakio, good guts. What it is with evil geniuses is you go to a certain point and you're like, yes, evil genius, that is right. And there's a point where you just need to stop, but you just keep going and then you fuck everything up and then the Scooby Gang comes and fucks your shit up. Like, dude, come on. Anyway, I did this all of my own volition. Stop! I reached out to him, but quickly drew my arm back. I didn't know what to do in this situation. Lord Sakio, I understand what you've said, but why are you acting as though you're being falsely accused? The Lord Sakio I know would never do such a thing. He gave a grin, hearing Riku's words. He's like, oh, now you're going to try to play that shit? I'm not stupid. I'm not too noble. I don't want to go to jail. Bang. Like, we're just going to send you to Yomi. It's kind of nice down there. They're going to beat the shit out of you, though. Hayuri mostly, but I wasn't sure if he was smiling or smirking with hatred. Recently, I've developed new symptoms of Haku. Oh. So then we're supposed to feel bad for you. A little bit. You're like, oh, but like, still no excuse, buddy. You never told me anything about that. Not once. I'm a doctor, so I noticed the symptoms early and took some medicine to suppress it. Thankfully, it worked. But what if it returns tomorrow? What if the medicine fails? Without any cure, all that awaits is death. And with my death, my research will end. Well, your research is also going to end if you put a bullet through your fucking skull, but, I mean, semantics, I guess. I'll have let down all the people desperately awaiting a cure for these symptoms. He hurt me many times before with his words. His white coat swaying was an ill omen to me, but I couldn't bring myself to hate him now. Kuroba, I'm sure you're dying to ask me where my sense of pride is as a doctor. I'd like to hear your answer. Pride alone can save no one. Kuroba's body shook with irritation. I want to save those who are suffering. I want to bring them peace. I'm sure you all see me as a madman, but I have no regrets about who I am. No one else said anything. Jesus fucking Christ, cunt whores. Just fucking downstairs neighbors. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it was just the loudest fucking bang, and it's like, it wasn't even closing a door. Like, what the hell are you doing? Goddamn assholes. But if there's one thing I regret, it's that I was unable to examine the white with my own hands. Lord Sakio, please put down your gun. I didn't come here to try and take your life. But the results will be the same. And I would rather not go to Ishanaten. Please, put down your gun. You know what? This is where if he's gonna die one way or the other, take his life. And then we're like, look, we got a shiny piece of show. It's great. Now you can do his research for him, Cordova. What? Yeah, it's your job now, buddy. Pats him on shoulder. Have fun with that. Anyway. Riku, why are you pleading with me? You've won, haven't you? My fate was sealed the moment you took that man's color ribbon. Riku's expression twisted into a pained grimace. Honestly, it was a surprise. I did not expect to be led to you like this so quickly. It's easy to give orders, but there's always the possibility that the person will betray you. The safest and most reliable method is to dirty your own hands. I was sure Akaza and Kuroba had plenty to say to him, but they simply looked on at the two in silence. Please, hand your gun over to me. Like I said, I'll judge myself. Lord Sakio! Dear Maiden of the White, please close your eyes. It would not do for you to see my brains splattered upon the ground. What are you saying? Just put the gun down! Akaza and Kuroba were slowly closing in, but they weren't close enough. One wrong move and Sakio would pull the trigger. Should just fuck up his left hand. He's holding the gun with his left, just fuck up his and it'd be fine. The gun, please give it to me. The waves bring forth what one seeks. Huh? I wasn't able to find anything good out here, so I hope the waves will answer my last wish. Take your body out to sea. Waves. I ask that you wash my hideous carcass away from her sight. What are you? You've won, Riku. He smiled and put the gun to his chin. It's been there the whole time. Oh my god, look at him smiling with glee. This is not good. No! Riku doesn't want things to end like this. I don't want him to die. Huh? Suddenly, the ocean's surface began to rise. Huge waves billowed forth, heading toward the shore where Sakio was standing. Well, this is interesting. What? The waves roared like a beast. It was like a whirlpool surging toward us with tremendous force. The one day there's a tsunami over here. With the intent of swallowing him. No! Don't take him away! And just like that, the roaring waves wavered as though they were confused. Girl can control the ocean. So we really are the Little Mermaid! We just know what a fork is. I'm just saying, I made a lot of Little Mermaid fucking references throughout this whole game. That's not exactly, I was not intending that she's like fucking Poseidon over here, but like, huh? He's still alive. Don't take him out to the ocean. I instinctively issued my command. To the water. Lord Sakio. Lord Sakio, are you okay? Yes, somehow. Your gun is waterlogged and useless now. Please give up already. I'm assuming then the water washed over them. They kind of glossed over that. Like, the water was coming and it was, like, hesitating because you were like, no! And then all of a sudden it, like, the waves hit us, I guess? They kind of glossed over that. Like, the waves came crashing down and then Riku stopped him and then the water... So that makes sense, but it's like, there could have at least been a sentence that kind of explained that. So I didn't have to fill that blank in myself, but okay. Riku took the gun away and tossed it to Akaza. Lord Sakio, I always did what I could to stay with the blue. I wanted to live up to elder sisters and your expectations, but also because I was scared. I was born to parents branded as Hazushi. I was a child of the most unforgivable sin. If anyone found out, I would surely have been sent back down to Yomi. And now Akaza and Kuroba are like, huh? The waves were silent now. The ocean had returned to its calm state. Like, I like the fact that the ocean is our bro and bitch slapped him, because we couldn't. It was like, take the gun out of your hand, bitch! We've got friends in the weirdest places, all I'm saying. 6 months after I joined the military, I carelessly wandered near the execution grounds and heard the voice of a person being executed by Tamasogi. I'd never heard anything so horrific in my life. Shrieks of pain, cries that cursed the world, a voice filled with sorrow beyond my imagination. I closed my eyes. The disturbing scene played out in my mind's eye. I can only assume my father, who will never know, died in the same manner. I did not want to die like that myself. It was then I started to wonder whether that misery was truly justified or not. And yet, I still wanted to be with the Blue. I wanted to live as a proud member of the Blue class. I was confused. I thought hating and removing the lower classes would assure my own position, but I just felt miserable with myself. Riku took a handful of the wet sand. Why did you tell me about your research? You told me that only a select few in the military knew what you were doing. So, why me? It is because you're the person I trust the most in this world, Riku. Aw, that's kind of cute. Riku squeezed the wet sand in his hand. I thought you would not betray me, but I suppose I've been proven wrong. His voice is just all over the place. Like, it kind of escalated into whatever the fuck it is now. Sorry, but like, whatever. Why? Why did he look so calm? He showed no signs of wanting to curse Riku. Lord Sakio, and you've taught me many things. You're like my father and my brother. Kind of Alabama-ish, but okay, sure. Elder sister's like my mother, and my sister. She's actually more like your aunt, sorta. Not really, though. I am who I am now because of what you two have taught me. Which is why I want you to live. Riku, I do not believe your research is bad in itself. All I ask is that you correct what's wrong and set your path straight again. I believe that your research will one day save the people of the island. I'll be praying for you at Ishanaten. Wow, God, why can't I say it? So, please. I said it right 4 times maybe this whole time playthrough. Please don't try to take your life away ever again. Riku's plea resounded across the shore, silencing the sound of the waves. The waves are like, shh, shh. He says it and they're like, shh, guys, shh, touching moment. Ooh. I can only watch them with bated breath. Soon. I mean, that was actually a beautiful Little Mermaid / Prince Eric moment, you know, when he finds her on the shore, but, like, not that romantic. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna make the Little Mermaid references now, forever. Riku. I am sure you'll become a fine leader of the Blue. I hope to see it with my own eyes. Love on Trial. Oh, that last chapter was Bonds? Oh, I didn't even realize we were there already. All right, well, this is the last Love on Trial. That doesn't bode well, but this is where we get the good ending after this chapter, so we might get our ending in this part? I don't know. What is it you wish to speak to me about, Riku? I'd have immediately discarded the letter bidding me here had it not come from you. Sakio the Violet had been detained by the Kotowari instead of the military. We were here today to bring an end to one other matter. Thank you for taking the time to come. I simply wish to use this sacred location to express to you my honest thoughts. My, what could it be? Elder Sister moved her fan gracefully. She must have already known what it was about. First, about Lord Sakio. I received a report on the matter yesterday. Riku turned his face away for a moment, seemingly in pain. I am sure he had his reasons, but attempting to harm our Maiden of the White is an undeniable crime. I have spoken at length with the leader of the Violet. We will be dismissing the issue of your use of Batsu on her assailant. As for Sakio, we will hold his trial here in Ishaniten at a later date. I can only pray that Lord Hiroko will show him mercy. I will also sincerely pray for that. No, I am sure he will show mercy. One can only hope. Was it wrong for me to think her smile at that moment looked terribly beautiful? You mentioned this was the first matter. What else do you have to say? Riku's shoulders twitched a bit. My hand began to tremble as well. I wish to request your approval to take her hand in marriage. The other day, neither Lord Jigen nor Lord Doma had any particular objections to it, but more than anyone else, I would like to have your blessing. But if you say no, I'm still going to do it. You do understand how much you're asking? Yes. You betrayed me and the people of the Blue. You were destined to be the next leader and preserve our class, but you've abandoned your duty. I am fully aware of my actions. Riku, I will say it once more, and this will be your last chance. Let go of the idea of becoming Olympia's husband. I'm not telling this to you out of spite. I've heard the women of the White can only bear children with white color traits. What that means is the blue power of Batsu will not be passed on to your children. You are aware of how grave this matter is, yes? Riku, you must marry someone who can bear children of the blue, except for the fact that you interbreed too fucking much and half your kids die. I mean, I'm just saying. My white kids having the power of Batsu is stronger than him having actual blue kids that the power of Batsu that survive. I'm just saying. Also, you don't have the power of Batsu. Just saying. We got a better chance. I knew she was gonna say that. What a bitch. You'd be like, I hate your mother. She's not even your mother, but I fucking hate her. She's like my monster-in-law. Like, this is the mother-in-law from hell right here. But my body tensed up when I heard her say it in front of me. Suddenly, elder sister, I am a man, so perhaps my way of thinking is mistaken in this. And what I'm about to say may appear to be nothing more than my own self-defense. But I'd like to take this opportunity to share some of my own thoughts on bearing children. This is quite sudden. Riku took a deep breath to prepare for what he was about to say. Curious. Every time I think of having a child, I think of my mother, Lady Reno, and my heart aches. It's said that the Blue places so much emphasis on preserving the class that we've bred with our close relations for generations. As a result, the stillbirth rate increased dramatically, and Reno lost her child. She herself lost her life at a young age. Is this really the right thing to do? He's like, also, I'm a bastard who wasn't pure blue, and look at me. Hello? I feel like Riku is like the poster child for like, why your antiquated inbreeding rules are kind of stupid. But if you don't breed with the blue, you can't have blue. Do you see how gloriously blue and powerful I am? And His mother might have been of the blue. I don't remember. Did they say that? But, like, his father wasn't. Well, one of them wasn't, right? I'm a mutt, and I'm more blue than you are, and I'm stronger than you are. Just saying. Poster child for why this is stupid. Poster child. Elder sister and I both held our breaths. If I take a wife from a family of such pure blue heritage, there's no guarantee that the same tragedy will not be repeated. If that happened, what if I had no Hazushi child of my own to raise? Riku! Most of all, if I were a husband, I'd not want my beloved wife to suffer such pain. Yeah, it's true. Why would you... I don't want to put my wife through the fact of, like, having 6 kids for only one of them to survive and also probably not live. Like, Jesus! Like, I understand you're like, but thank God there's someone smart out here. But it's because he's a mutt, you know? His sincerity and kindness made my heart burn. It was this about him that made me love him. Elder sister, Lady Shura, I love this island. You and the other leaders have led our beloved island to this point. What are you going to say this time? I respect you for taking on the heavy role of leader of the blue class. I'm also proud to have been raised as a blue. Elder sister's beautiful fingers began to tremble. The glass beads on her fan chimed faintly. I have no intention of marring the reputation of what you've cultivated and built until now. But there's something that should change. I felt that every earnest word he spoke shone with grace and brilliance. He respected old traditions, but sought change for the better. What would I be able to do to help if I could stand beside him? I heard my father was classed as an Otsu, yet I was born with the purity of the blue and inherited the power of Batsu. Again, what did I just say? Poster child. What that means is there is a chance that a child of the blue can be born to other colors. I believe my own healthy life is proof that it can be successful. Also, white has the power of Batsu, and there's other people outside of the blue that have the power of Batsu. So, like, I also believe those branded as Hazushi do not make our island unsightly. I see them as a possibility for our future, which is why I'll be fighting to abolish the Hazushi executions. Elder sister slowly blinked her eyes. I couldn't tell whether the shadow beyond her beautiful eyelashes came from sorrow or anger. Saranger? Angaro? Not like both. I have no regrets in fighting that system, even if I'm put on trial again. And this is my truthful answer. If you think that what I've said is foolish, then I'm not destined to be a leader. Are you threatening me again? Well, that was not my intention. I'm simply stating my true and honest thoughts. Why you take everything as a threat, bitch? I love her, and I broke the vow of Batsu. As I mentioned before, I cannot blame you if you believe this is a selfish excuse. Even so, I want to be honest with myself. I want to show her my true feelings. Such a good boy. I was raised with the love and respect of the blue, including your own. But she is of the white. She's all alone. Riku, I wish to have a family with her so I can save her from her solitude. That's so cute. We don't need to have kids for that, because, like, the whole idea of, like, I don't want, I know it's her job, but it's still, like, because I don't like kids, so, like, I can't get over it. It's hard. It's hard to be like, okay, from, like, her perspective, oh, that's, like, adorable, and it's cute, oh. We can just be a family, you and I. Oh, you meant me, you, Akaza, Yosuga, just joining me in the man harem. I know, we have a nice, big, huge family here in the man harem. It's wonderful. Why was he always like this? He never told me these important things, but he could stand strong and state his feelings to others. Maybe Doma, unless he actually turns out to be her dad. Well, if he's her dad, that's fine. I'll just be like, pull myself out and be like, well, it's her dad, not mine, because I love that fucking bastard so much. God, I love him so much. Even if I lose my color ribbon and am condemned as a criminal, I'll not abandon my pride as a man. Never again. Elder sister's expression didn't change one bit. I feel like Doma would be over there, like, snickering to himself, like, grinning internally, maybe a little grin on the outside, and Jigen would be over here, Clapping like an idiot. You know? He has to double clap like an idiot because Doma can't, because Doma's got to pretend he's an ass. But he's not. I don't think he is. At least it seemed that way. That's gonna bitch slap me in the face later when he turns out to be, like, the main antagonist who's really trying to kill me. But, like, I'm like, I trust you! What? I just feel like the game is pointing for him to be, like, actually on our side and, like, potentially our father. I don't know. Anyway. She waved her beautiful fan as gracefully as usual, looking at us with shimmering blue eyes. How foolishly naive. It seems I've no time to rest at all. I must retrain you until you're ready to be called a leader. Elder sister then turned to me. Olympia, I want you to prove to me what the future holds. I want you to be living proof that women with education can live happy lives. Did you just, like, turn into, like, a decent person? You were like, all right, fine, I'm gonna be good now. Did you just flip some kind of switch? I felt my body trembling. We're like, what? I'll allow you to attend my school, but you must behave with grace as an example to others. After all, we cannot have the bride of the next blue leader seen fraternizing with the common rabble of men at the plaza. I could hardly believe my ears. You know what it is? It's not like she's like, good for you! I'm out. It's like all right. He's going to oppose me no matter what. And he would be a good leader. And, like, I guess I just have, like, this is like, I'm so proud of you. We'll make you a good leader. And the bride, to act like she's not, like she wasn't just beaten at her own game. She's, like, covering her ass, Like, we just beat her ass at her own game, and she is just, like, trying to save face. So, but, it's fine. I repeated her words in my mind over and over again. You must act as a leader in all aspects of life. You'll show the other women how to learn and become educated. And that's the duty of those who have gained knowledge. Elder sister, does that mean... And this is Ishanatan. I'm under oath to speak the truth in the name of Lord Hirtigo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Elder sister, I humbly thank you for your understanding. My eyes burn from relief, happiness, and so many other emotions that I couldn't describe. But I couldn't allow myself to cry. Not just yet. Thank you for your kindness. I still have a lot to learn, and I may cause you trouble along the way. But I'll do my best to become someone others can look up to. For the island that I've grown to love. And mostly for this man, but whatever. And I promise to be happy for the rest of my life. Elder sister slowly approached Riku and extended her arm to him. The color ribbon I relinquished. It's time to return to the blue. Everyone's worried about you. With his color ribbon in hand, Riku gave a deep bow. Yes. It's actually nice that he got his place back, you know what I mean? Because he didn't really do anything wrong, and I'm actually glad that she, even if she doesn't really like us and doesn't really like this, that she just accepts that change is inevitable. I think it's kind of one of those things where, like, she's a shady bitch, and she knew she wasn't going to win here. She was like, Riku, just abandon her, come back. And he's like, yeah, no, not going to do it. And she's like, all right, fine, you can have your way. And I think it's partly because she knows she's not going to win this fight, but also maybe a little bit because she's always thought of him like her nephew in a way. You're my sister's son. You're the precious, and like almost in a way like her own son, And like, yeah, her wish would have been like, you come back to the blue and be the leader and do everything I say. And he would have been like, okay. And she would have been like, great. And he was like, yeah, no. All right, fine. Because otherwise it's losing that person that you kind of think of as like your son in a way, I still don't trust her, but like, hey, she caved. That's cool. I think that should settle everything. I hope you're right. Akaza said he'll do his best for Lord Sakyo, though it likely means exile. That's better than being executed. You're right. Now that I think back, the waves behaved so strangely, as though they were listening to you. Riku narrowed his eyes as he remembered what happened, and you're like, look! I don't know if I have that power. It was very strange, but I feel like it wasn't only my wish that the waves answered. I'm sure you, Akaza, and Kuroba all wanted him to live, so the waves must have listened to all of us. And the waves bring forth what one seeks. Such mysterious waves. Now that you brought it up, how about we go down to the beach and look for things? And that sounds like a great idea. He smiled bashfully. That's right. I need to report to the military headquarters about Lord Sakio. You have your deliveries too, right? And could we talk again tonight at the bathhouse? Of course. Oh, yeah. Talk tonight at the bathhouse? Wink, wink. Sure. Then I'll see you later. See you later! Until now, I'd never thought about the meaning behind those parting words. But now, a joyful smile broke across my face as I said it. Riku, she is not your soulmate. Yes, he is. At the time, I thought I'd never see him again, which is why this sweet exchange between us felt so special to me. Well, I better go and check on the letterbox. We might not get the ending in this part because I feel like, you know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. Good evening! Is Riku back? Ah! Lord Riku just returned to his room! Let me take you there! There you are. Good evening to you. Do you remember some time ago when you asked me to help match you with a suitable husband? Huh? Oh, well, I'm sorry, you can forget about that. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. In exchange, I'll clean the windows for you every day. Come now. Let me show you that I kept my promise. Did you tie Rico up? Kept your promise? What do you mean? Now, please step inside. Oh my god, did he set up a romantic room for... Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to read this. Yusuga, let's talk later. I'll apologize to you properly then. You're back. I'm glad you came. How is the military? Will they lift your suspension? Yes, I'll be returning to work in 3 days. That's good to hear. I guess that means I can see you at Kunado again. I smiled at the good news. Huh? What's that sound? I'm so sorry! I broke the key to the door! This is terrible! I'm unable to open the door until tomorrow morning. Please forgive me for the trouble. You knew it! I broke the key in the door! I'm like, bull fucking shit, this was an accident. I love that. Because you know Yosuga was like, I found a man that's perfect to be your husband. And you're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna... And he was gonna lead you right in here. They locked us in here! Oh, Yosuga is, I think, in this route, he wins the gold star for best wingman. Like, I think Doma might be second best wingman. Just because, but like... Damn Yosuga. He's like, oopsie. Golly gee. I just, well, oh well. Huh? Wait. Oh, there's all sorts of food and drinks in the room. You'll be able to survive one night, right? I shall inform Lord Doma that your return will be delayed due to my own mishap. Yosuga! Do you remember some time ago when you asked me to help match you with a suitable husband? Literally 4 seconds ago when you just said that, thanks. The game has a habit of making the flashbacks literally like half a second later. It's like... And now we're gonna be like, wait a minute, and Yosuga! That was the last line. It was like it wasn't even a minute ago. Like, simmer down, game. Wait a minute. You can't be serious. I said I'd keep my promise. Well, have fun. Hey, wait. Find a way to open this door. Shut up. You know your duty for tonight. What? All sound from behind the door faded away. It's no use. It won't budge. I doubt we can do anything about it. I don't want to break the door down either. That's true, but how are you so calm? Because I want to have sex with you, maybe? Like, she's, like, down for this? I do not want to read this. I know it's gonna happen. Okay, it's not like there's no inappropriate scenes, but, you know, it's not like the, we kissed and then, it's, I'm pretty sure that there is some, okay, there's the, oh my god, we have to blur that. Well, okay, most games don't have the 18 plus content, you know, where you're like, oh my god, the CGs. But, like, there is just 2 versions of, like, mature content when we're dealing with games, when it gets to the sexy stuff. It's the, like, we kissed and then we were one all night long. Okay. And then it fades to black and it's like one sentence and you're like, I know what you're doing. And then there's the other ones, his hands were here. And then you're like, oh my god. Oh my god! And then they're talking about nipples and shit, or like, if you read The Amazing Shinsengumi, there was, I'm like, I'm not. You got a little graphic there, game. You didn't have to go there and use technical terms like that. Holy shit, I'm not reading that. Like, freaking YouTube's gonna punch me in the face and be like, you can't say that on YouTube! Unless you're an educational channel, I guess, but like, whoa. Like, we are reading an Otome game. I'm not saying certain things. Which is just weird, because I'm like... It makes me sound... Oh my god, I'm like a prude. I'm really not, but I just... Reading certain things aloud to people is just awkward and weird, and... As a demisexual, I can think things in my head and that's fine. And like in certain situations, sexy situations are fine. But like, I really don't want to have like nice graphic descriptions with people and like conversations like that. Like let's talk about your sex. Please don't tell me these. I don't want to. Just stop. No, please don't tell me. I don't. No. That's where like the Ace version comes in and is like, nah, stop. It's a little gross. Anyway. So, yeah, okay. We're definitely not getting through all of that tonight. Well, maybe. That might be the end of this part. Oh, good lord. I am surprised, but I'm more surprised that they were more cunning than I thought. But why on earth so suddenly? I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I inwardly apologized to him and vowed that I would never tell him about what led to this. In any case, I won't lay a finger on you, so don't worry. I just wanted some time to talk to you. You could lay your body on me, and then you don't have to lay a finger. You said you promised no fingers on me, but like every other part of me. That would be awkward. He won't lay a finger on me? I couldn't believe how disappointed I felt hearing him say those words. I love the fact that he's like, I won't touch you, and she's like, this is like the one time where I want you to. Most of the time, you're like, please don't touch me. Yeah, but like, baby, we're in a room together. Like, please don't touch me. And you don't listen. And now we're like, please touch me. And he's like, no, I can't do that. Like, men just don't listen to what we say, do they? But I like the fact that she's like, I mean, I'm just saying we're locked in a room and there's a bed right there. And he's like, and after we finally got elder sister to approve of our marriage, I wanted to throw myself into his arms, but I held back because elder sister was there. First, let me thank you once again for helping me through everything. You don't have to thank me. I actually learned a lot. Yes, I have as well. Which is why we should continue learning, and the two of us together. Together? You're like, we could learn some things right now. Riku, about getting married. Are you thirsty? How about I brew some tea? Did he just change the subject? He is so embarrassed and awkward. It's so cute. Oh my god, it hurts. Thank you, but let me brew the tea. So, about the marriage plans. Look, these sweets look delicious. I think you'll like them. So, which would you like? There's matcha, passion fruit, and... Riku, let's talk about our marriage. You know what? I'll brew the tea, so why don't you sit down and... Riku, why are you trying to avoid the subject? Huh? No. Why are you acting this way? This is something very important to me. I thought you'd be as happy as I am. I am happy, and it is important. Then why change the subject? Why aren't you looking at me? Riku's ears grew red, and he fell silent. Because he's thinking, like, after we get married, we got a bone, and he's, like, anxious about it. That's why he doesn't want to be locked in a room with us. It's kind of cute. Riku? If I don't try to keep myself together, I won't be able to hide the joy on my face. After a slight pause, I almost burst into laughter. Like, again, I can't blame her. That is the cutest fucking thing. I would do the same thing. Like, oh my god, you're so cute. Just be happy, goddammit. It was so typical of his personality. I'm happy. There's no doubt about that. I can say without a doubt that this is the happiest day of my life. But aren't things going all too well? Maybe this is all just a wild dream I'm having. You're like, no, you're probably dead like me. He's like, huh? Like, I swear I've been dead for like days. Tomorrow when I wake up, will you disappear? He roughly ruffled his hair, looking troubled. You're like, nah, because I'm kind of locked in here. Perhaps I never had anything I absolutely wanted in life before. Absolutely wanted. Of course, I did have goals. Doing well at work, dancing well. But I was scared about whether I could really earn anything as a child of Hazushi parents. As I did my best every day to live as a proper blue, I worried about being sent back to Yomi. Which is why, deep down, I was too afraid to ever want anything. All this time I felt I've been standing on a mountain of sand. I wondered if and when it might crumble beneath me. I was afraid that one day I'd be stripped of my color ribbon and become no one. But now I can finally say that it feels like I'm standing on solid ground. And you were stripped of your color ribbon, and you proved to yourself that you weren't no one without the ribbon. So, you were still someone. Huh? Riku smiled shyly. And next to me is you. I wanted to just hug him right now. The person that I fell in love with. From the moment I met him, he'd always seemed so resolute in every way. But now I felt a calm gentleness at his core. You do not discriminate at all. You try to love everything in this world equally. And that's something most aren't able to do. I truly respect you from the bottom of my heart. You flatter me. I only think and do things differently because I'm an outsider. No, I was an outsider. I quickly corrected myself. I was scared too. I kept to myself, scared about my rare color traits and because of what I did to Doma. Now I feel like I can rightfully stand on this island. And next to me is you. Spacey. He reached out to try and touch my arm. No, I can't. I was a bit upset seeing him jerk his arm back like that. Let's talk more later. Why don't you sleep on the bed? I'll sleep on this seat here. Well, good night. I understood that he was treating me with care. His decency, morality, and respectability made him behave in ways against my wishes. I love it. You still haven't kissed me 100 times yet. Stop it already. You should get some rest. I don't want to rest. Feeling quite active. I'm not sleepy. Girl is gonna have her way with her this is amazing. Bravo. If you lie down in bed with your eyes shut, sleep will come. Oh, come on! There you go again, trying to avoid me. She's like, that is not what I want. Sleep is not what I want. No, never mind. Of course I am. I'm a man after all. Of course you're a man. I know you look pretty, but I'm not stupid enough to think you're a girl. You can be really stupid sometimes, can't you? I'm a man. I have urges, you know. You're like, and I'm a woman and I have them too. Jesus Christ. And with that, the source of the conflict between us was spoken into existence. So, did you not get that that's what... I am not naive enough for this game, apparently. I really thought she was like, you won't touch me, god damn it, I want shit to happen. And he's like, if I touch you, I'll have sex with you. And she's like, oh, I just was wondering why you won't kiss me. Girl. Game. You had me for a moment being like, bravo, girl. Hike those balls up some more. But now it's like, oh, no, that's not what she meant. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just gonna... Still. Despite Yosuga and Camelia's plans, it was still possible for us to sleep separately in this room. You don't want me to... You know... I probably wouldn't have been so upset had he said things differently before. Maybe. If it's a yes or no answer you're looking for... No, I don't mind at all. What? The touch of someone I love. Why would I turn away from that? She's like... Sweetie, okay. Bravo to her, okay. Alright, we'll go back to bravo. A little naive for a moment, like, oh, I was just wondering why you wouldn't kiss me. Oh. because you can't handle kissing me without wanting to put your dick in me. I get it. But, like, okay, come on. I thought that's what she was doing. She's like, why won't you just have sex with me? And he's like, what? Well, wasn't quite what I expected, but still, all right, we're still kind of there. He was breathing heavily as if he'd been cornered. Riku, she just took her coat off. You do know I have a mind of my own, right? I even confronted the military. What are you? Okay, I'm actually gonna stop here. She just accosted him. But it went black and it's perfect, and I am gonna cockblock you because we are at time, and the thing is I'm not sure. It could only be like a couple minutes, probably for this scene. But I don't think we're quite gonna get our ending within like the next 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Because we probably have at least 5 minutes. Oh, probably have at least 10 to 15 minutes of, oh god, I can't believe I had to read. You know, a scene that'll probably take 3 minutes to read is gonna take me 15 because you know how we do things here. And I don't mean the normal rambling. I mean the, oh my god, I'm reading this. Oh my god, you know, just trying to get over the awkwardness. So, yeah. So we'll probably get our ending in the sexy time. We'll get our sexy times and probably the ending in the next part. Well, everyone's gonna get a happy ending next time, huh? I'm so sorry, but I'm really not. Holy shit, what is wrong with me? Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.